Land prices are through the roof as new developments continue to pop up across the metro area. Prices are especially high in Midtown. We talk with our resident real estate experts, Atlanta Business Chronicle reporters Doug Sams and Amy Wenk, about the latest trends. Doug, you had a story recently about prices in Midtown. Price appreciation, it seems to be really soaring. Tell us about the developer who bought about an acre of land for what, $17 million?
Yeah, they're a student housing and apartment developer, residential, and they bought a piece of land in Midtown for $17 million, only 1 acre. Is
that now near Technology Square?
Right in the heart of Technology Square, so, right by the Norfolk Southern headquarters. So, and right by Anthem Technology Center. A lot of jobs.
Was that surprising to you that the price had gone up so quickly, I guess?
No.
Or had it been quickly?
It's not surprising anymore, because you've got hundreds and hundreds of jobs there. You've got people in Tech Square now. It's about the size on a daily basis of Decatur. So in terms of its population, all packed into Tech Square.
A few blocks.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Exciting.
But
expensive.
Yeah, and probably more to come. But I don't know, there's not a lot of land in that little area.
There's not a lot of land, but there are some parking lots. And we were talking before about, would they develop parcels by the varsity? Would they redevelop the varsity? That would be exciting and controversial.
And that would be a lot of people.
But they're not, no one's saying
Nobody's
saying that, but there is land by the varsity.
And it's a good point, because they do have that parking lot behind the varsity, and we've all seen it, and I've never seen it full, so maybe.
You said that, not me.
I just saying.
Yeah.
Love my frosted orange.
Right.
Sono, let's talk about south of North Avenue, not far from Technology Square. A lot of activity there, Amy.
Yeah, definitely. As Tech Square keeps pushing southward, we're seeing new projects come to this area called Sono. It's along Peachtree, south of North Avenue, and really Emory is emerging as one of the biggest catalysts in that area. They are planning to break ground later this year on a nearly $500 million, 17-story tower that would consolidate and expand its Winship Cancer Center. So that's a big new project coming to that area. Emory's also been acquiring a lot of parcels around its existing hospital there, but there's other
Midtown Hospital.
Yeah. So, you know, if you think about that area, it's been this gap between Midtown and downtown, but it really can support a lot of high-density development and housing. So it'll be interesting to see how that fills in the coming years.
And there's a lot of stuff to do in Midtown, you know, restaurants and entertainment. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see right near that south of North Avenue area.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about further south, if you will. Southwest Atlanta. Fort McPherson has been in the headlines for a number of reasons. From the FDA expanding there to housing. Give us an update on what's going on at Fort Mac.
Yeah, there seems to be some growing interest and momentum there. You may be familiar with Fort Mac. It's an old Army base in Southwest Atlanta, and most of it is occupied by Tyler Perry Studios. But there's been this effort to redevelop the remaining 145 acres really into a project that's a catalyst for that community. So there's this big master plan that's brewing there that could bring 4 million square feet of new development, housing. As you mentioned, the FDA just announced it was going to relocate its Atlanta operations to Fort Mac, and that's going to bring about 350 jobs. But we're starting to see developers show interest in bringing new projects there. There's a big home builder, Lennar, who has signed a letter of intent to do a townhouse project there. So it seems like it's starting to gain some steam, and hopefully, you know, that could be a really big you know, opportunity perhaps to do affordable housing there. If you think about that site, it's right by 2 MARTA stations, and you know, and Doug can speak a little bit more to kind of all the efforts in the city around affordable housing.
Is what we're seeing in terms of density around Fort Mac or some of these other transit nodes looking like it's going to move forward?
So affordable housing's challenging.
No
Prices
kidding.
are going up
Yeah.
on land, as we just pointed out. So it's going to take a big effort from a lot of different agencies, and we'll see how it goes.
Now, agencies in terms of municipalities, but also is private money going to come
Well, I'm
into the
talking about
equation?
Invest Atlanta, for example. Private money would definitely be part of the equation. It's happening at the end of the boom. You know, we've been in a boom for a while. So it becomes more difficult toward the end of the boom to have the funding sometimes to keep these ideas going. We'll see. You'll see. It needs to be, it's a discussion that needs to be had.
And now to our photo of the week. A very happy birthday to Walter Banks. Atlanta Business Chronicle's Joanne Vitelli captured this image of the former usher for the Atlanta Braves. He turned 80 last week. Walter Banks served the team for more than a half a century. He's been to more than 4,300 games. Atlanta Braves president and CEO Derek Schiller also invited him to tag along with the team for a road trip of his choice.